1920s, his debates were Bergson, John Dewey, or the journals at that time. And
Renan also.
Ernest Renan, he's read on ethics, he's read Kant and all these. And Ambedkar is a very interesting thinker who doesn't cite. He doesn't cite his thinkers. He read them, but he doesn't show off. He doesn't show off. A typical Brahminical attitude is to show off how well read you are, how many books you know. That he doesn't do, because he believes that he is very well read. In fact, compared to I think the only person probably who's well read, it could be Iqbal at that time, to my knowledge. He's extremely well read person, and most of his readings are not accessible to us, and particularly young Dalit and young groups, particularly these activists, whether the writer or something, they have not read him, so they just read him at a face value. So one is that problem. The second is they are only selectively reading to use Ambedkar for. They don't give him that intellectual respect and time it needs to do that. That is done by Ambedkarites and non-Ambedkarites. So Ambedkar is a victim of both the group which is anti-Ambedkarite and also that's one problem. And academia has done great harm, great harm in not seriously engaging with Ambedkar. It will take more time for people to realize the intellectual depth that Ambedkar is having. For example, I'll just give you pragmatism as the philosophy developed along with Marxism, because John Dewey was roughly young, same period. Pragmatism also goes against Hegelianism. Just like Marx is opposed to Hegel, saying that philosophers have interpreted the world, the point how is to change it. Pragmatism is also a philosophy that tests the truth by its use, but not by use, by its effectivity, by efficacy. So Ambedkar doesn't not necessarily in Marxism, because John Dewey was also critic of Hegel like Marx. So John Dewey was also the chairman of the committee that investigated the murder of Trotsky. So John Dewey also spent time in China. So therefore Ambedkar was one of the first persons to read courses on socialism, Marxism, but he doesn't engage with that because he is also influenced by pragmatism and other philosophies at that time. So Ambedkar has this tendency to not to cite, and his writings also have not been properly cited well. There are a lot of errors in his citations. So people can take a line out of the context, knowingly, unknowingly misinterpret it. So that is the problem of that. Of course, in politics, every thinker, even Marx has been misquoted the way. So every thinker is a victim of his, in that sense.
So Professor Krishnaswami Dara has been talking about Ambedkar, his idea about minority, Dalit, and democracy, justice, equality. And we have just talked about his PhD work in JNU. Tomorrow is Baba Saheb Ambedkar's 130th anniversary. He was born in Mahou in Central Province in 1891 on the same day, on 14th of April. So it has been, I think, better way to pay tribute to Baba Saheb Ambedkar by engaging and knowing what he has said and what he has stood for. Dr. Krishnaswami Dara has been my teacher in Jamia Millia Islamia. So thank you very much, sir, for giving me again lecture. And now it is recorded, my friends, and will also see it. And we will again take up many more questions. It was not possible for...
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to express my views on Ambedkar and also letting the world know what I have been working on.
So your comments,
thank you very
your
much.
Feedback is very important. Yeah. We will again organize another discussion on some very important idea of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So we express our tribute to Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Jai Bhim.
Jai Bhim.